In tonight's political spectacle, we have an early pre-match showdown that might make even the most jaded cynics wince. In the blue corner, it's Kamala Harris, a woman who somehow stumbled, fumbled, and maybe even Googled her way into the second most powerful position on earth. How did she get here? Well, your guess is as good as hers, with a laugh that often sounds like she's forgotten the punchline and a debate style that makes you wonder if she's genuinely listening or just waiting for her cue card to update. Harris is a riddle wrapped in a mystery, but mostly just wrapped in confusion. And in the red corner, we've got Donald Trump, a man who never met a fact he couldn't twist or a sentence he couldn't derail. Yet against Harris, he might actually look like the one who knows what he's talking about. Tonight's big question, will Harris manage to string together a coherent thought, or will Trump's chaos theory actually make her look like the genius in the room? Kamala Harris, welcome.
Oh, sweet Lord, I have to debate Trump. I can already picture it. He's going to come out swinging like Kamala Harris. She's the worst. Believe me, folks, nobody's worse. And I'm just standing there blinking like, what does that even mean? I mean, how do I prepare for this? This is going to be a disaster. What am I even supposed to say when he starts rambling about walls or whatever nonsense he's on about this week? Do I just nod and pretend I understand? Maybe I'll just smile real big and say something generic like, we need hope. And hope he doesn't notice I have no idea what I'm talking about. And if he asks me about the economy, oh man, I'll just be like, numbers are good. That's a thing, right? People love hearing about numbers. And then he will throw in something like, you're just mad because nobody calls you a 10.
Wow. Kamala Harris definitely 2 cards short of a full deck. You're the reason the gene pool needs a lifeguard. Donald Trump, let's hear what you have to say.
Let me start first by saying Harris is never a 10, maybe a 2, on a dark night with Stevie Wonder as her date. She's got all the sharpness of a rubber knife and the insight of a foggy mirror. Imagine this woman trying to debate me. Hilarious. I mean, this is the same lady who probably thinks foreign policy is ordering Chinese takeout. Total lightweight, total disaster. But you know, I'm a nice guy. I'll give her a chance. I'm generous like that, very generous. People say that all the time. And we all know she'll get on stage with that fake forced smile like she's trying to remember what big word she was supposed to say. Poor thing's probably spent all week studying flashcards just to not trip over her own words. Pretty there's no card for common sense. We all know I hold all the top Trump cards. She's going to yap on about climate change like, come on, Kamala, the only thing you're heating up is Sleepy Joe's hot water bottle. And don't get me started on the awkward cackling. I've heard smoother laughs at a high school prom after someone spiked the punch. I bet when she hears the word economy, she thinks it's a type of airline ticket. And science? Don't make me laugh. The only experiment she's ever done is figuring out how much hairspray she needs to keep that fake smile plastered on her face. Let's be real, folks. The only thing she's qualified for is taking lunch orders. Maybe she can manage that if she doesn't get distracted by shiny objects along the way. But hey, she loves unity, right? Let's unite around the fact that she's got no clue what she's doing. It's like watching someone try to assemble IKEA furniture without a manual. Just random parts and a lot of frustration. What a joke. Total disaster. I almost feel bad for her. Almost.
Mr. Trump, straight to the point. No fake news in that message to Kamala Harris. I think Harris will need to build her own wall between them for the live debate. She will be praying no words get across, just like a Mexican crossing the border. Before we go, let's hear some support messages from both camps.
George Clooney, superstar of the big screen. Better known for Turncoat the sequel. I'm back from Hollywood to endorse Harris for only one reason. She reminds me of my finest coffee beans. They're dark black roasted, with no nasty Indian tea leaves left at the bottom of your cup.
If Kamala Harris had Neuralink, it might help her grasp complex policies. Right now, it seems like she's trying to solve equations with a calculator that's missing half the buttons. If I threw in the ultimate Tesla upgrade as well, she would deliver perfect parallel parking of her cue cards and 20 seconds of coherent speeches before running out of battery. Vote Trump 2024.
You talking to me? Let me tell you something. We all know I love a nice black woman. Who's very dumb and who knows forget about it. Plus, you need Trump taken out. I happen to know a few good fellows for the job. Capiche?
Oh, yes. Jeremy Clarkson votes Trump, pure, indulgerated, masculine, chauvinist V8 American muscle, who will take Harris for a jolly good joyride, preferably knocking down thousands of liberals, and hopefully her only British ally, Keir stalls a lot, Starmer.
Well, Labour supports Kamala Harris from Britain. We love our Indian Rastafarian Jamaicans. I should know, given the amount I let illegally into the country daily. We don't want Trump and Farage together. Can you imagine Trumper age spreading like some black plague in the 14th century?
Right, Harris, you certified idiot. The only reason I'm on here is to tell you straight what I think. And besides admitting my true love for Donald, I heard a rumor you were a 100% black woman from Africa, that you revoked your 99% Indian mother's heritage and your 1% Jamaican father's Bob Marley albums for Tupac. Next thing we know, you'll be on a dinghy across the pond, seeking asylum in Britain after the terrible good shagging Donald will give you.
There you go, folks. You heard it from both parties. Tune in on the 10th of September and watch America's biggest train wreck, Dumb and Dumber the remake. Good night.